anything, Kane.
No.
You can hear in the other room, you just can't hear it here. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad, I forgot my mic.
Hey, dude.
There you go. I'm sorry, I forgot my mic was on. Go right ahead.
Oh, man. Anyway, so we were floored that we got to see these 80s metal guys still around. And so what ended up happening is we asked them how much they would charge to come play a show in Tuscaloosa. And they're like, where's Tuscaloosa?
You know, that was a question that was posed to me last night by Jeff Stacy, guitarist from Later Dog, is how much did you have to pay to get this band in? They were bugging me. They really wanted to know. I said, Dave hasn't told me. I haven't asked, but now I'm asking. It's sealed.
And we're like, you know, that ain't much for like two people. Me and him both just, you know, love these guys. And we're like, if we split this half, you know, that really ain't much. So that'll give you, you know, come to Tuscaloosa.
Wow. Oh, really? I did not know that. Huh.
And it just got kind of crappy after a while. You know, I met you down at your place of work, former place of work.
Yes.
Talked to you about it. A week later, we had a date. You know, everything worked like clockwork. It worked too damn easy, actually. And so I should have taken that as an omen. You know, that's my albatross. You know,
well, it should be an easier process. To
yeah,
pay
it
in
should
account.
be. Should be. Yeah, especially when you pay out of your pocket to guarantee you. The bar didn't have anything. You know, no, there's nothing that the bar has to do other than
Make money.
make money, which I've never met a bar owner that didn't. You know, so I usually leave this up to DC. You know, to book the bands and shows and stuff, and I've learned my lesson that I'm going to do that from here on out, because I don't want to deal with these guys anymore.
Yeah, I
But,
tell you what, dealing with bar owners can be a very, it can be a headache,
Yeah.
a big headache. They're all full of themselves.
Especially when they haven't heard the music and they don't know what the band is about other than the name, Hallows Eve. Ooh, was spooky. You know, I mean, what's the deal, you know?
Mm.
So we've been running around trying. You know, I appreciate your help in all this too, like as a little liaison for some of the guys I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
And,
you know, it's a process. If you don't know the people, it's a little bit hard. But,
Yeah. I've never been to the library, and you know they got a cool soundboard and a cool stage and stuff, and you know,
They really
it's all right.
put a lot of money into it.
Yeah. But so hopefully we're shooting for August 13th.
Yes, for those of you out there, we talked to the manager of the library, and he was enthusiastic about the show, but had to go through a little process because the library is co-owned, so they both have to agree before we can have the date set.
But he did pencil it in.
He did, unlike someone else who
With a
forgot to-
Post-it note.
He kept getting the date wrong. 17th, no 13th. 17th, no 13th. What?
Yeah.
But that's okay. So if it's not the 13th, we'll almost for sure
Be the next week.
It will be the 21st. So we should find that out this week. And so if you're out there and you see posters and stuff, read them, check them out, find out when this comes.
Actually, they're probably collector's items now. 'Cause I've done like 3 different versions of them. You know, one with the pentagram, one without the pentagram, one with the library, one with that other place on it. The new one's going to say straight from Atlanta instead of hell. I don't want to freak
Is there
people
a
out.
difference?
Hell.
Is there a difference?
No, not really. But you know, that's what we're looking at. So we're looking at the 13th for DC Moon and his Atomic Superman and Hallows Eve.
And if you want to catch DC and all them playing, just head up to the library on August 5th and you can check them out again there.
Wait, the library?
Not the let's say library?
You said library.
Thank you. Thanks, sir.
Jupiter.
Jupiter. Let's not
Hey,
miss
we're
it.
actually going to play on a planet, y'all.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Cool. I think the
You
gravity's
can
a
play
little
on
too
my-
heavy.
You can play on your Angus.
I could, actually.
Yes. If we get a really high-powered rocket, yes. Anyways, hold on. I don't think think I can say some of that. I'm gonna back off from the risque commentary for a second.
Oh, come on, this is Beavis and Butthead all the time. To quote,
Should have said in the paper.
Yeah, that's what it said in the paper. Was that today?
Yeah, Scott, you saw it, yeah. That's what it said today, in today's Tuscaloosa
All
News.
Beavis, all Butthead, all the time.
All Beavis, all Butthead, all the time, WVUA.
No,
Really?
Really?
I mean, was that like an ad or an article
No, this is an article.
on WVUA?
No, it was an article actually about the guy from NPR here locally who's going to Virginia.
Station manager.
All Beavis, all Butthead, all the time.
Yeah.
That would be our new station logo.
Yeah.
No, why not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
At least we got mentioned, you know.
It
Yeah.
could be worse.
that's more unusual.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
Yeah, but everybody, Beavis and Butthead's going to be watching Family Guy right now anyway, so, you know.
Not worth reminding. Not worth reminding. But we have, there's a table
Go
in the house.
set your TiVos or whatever the heck it is you kids do these days.
I still have VCR, all right?
Me too.
I'm
Who the hell
one.
doesn't? I mean, Scott's the only guy that's like ripping his massive VHS collection to DVD. I can't think of-
11,000 programs or movies.
11,734.
11,000
One second.
Lisa Hartman.
11,700 and what?
34.
34 programs or movies, moving them from VHS to DVD.
Mm.
This should
That's
take
a
him the
lot
rest
of-
of his life.
That's a lot of programming. Yes.
Yeah, every episode of Xena.
But yeah, if you have that many episodes or that many videos, that means you have to spend at least 2 hours each watching them. So take that.
No, he doesn't watch them, he
Oh,
just tapes
them.
them. Yeah, he didn't watch anything.
Yeah, but it took 2 hours to tape them, so that's
Yeah.
still part of my life, you know.
You're a freak, man.
Of course.
All
But
right.
but enough about me.
So Dave, did you bring in a copy of?
Yeah, I brought in two of them. I brought their new one and then the one they put out in 1988 that
Mm.
they're known for, Death and Insanity. I'll run them in there to you.
Yeah, you want to let me play a couple songs? So for those of you out there listening right now, you can get a preview of what will be soon coming to Tuscaloosa. Date yet not for sure. It'd be Hallows Eve, the 80s metal band out of Pennsylvania. I hope this is good.
From
because
Mr.
I put my
Microphone.
reputation at stake on
Mr.
this band.
Microphone.
You should remember that.
Hey,
Dixie.
Dave, we'll
I
be
quit
back
my
to pick you
job
up
for
later.
y'all, all right? I quit for
I
y'all.
want to hear all the stories. I haven't heard the whole story yet.
But you will hit, I will tell you the story later because it gets funnier as we go.
Somebody's actually calling us.
Yes, we will. I'll answer that call here in just a second. Right now, we're going to play Lethal Tendencies by Hallows
Hallows
Eve.
Eve.
That was Hallows Eve. Okay. There was the first one was Obituary. No, sorry, it was Lethal Tendencies off of the Death and Insanity album. That was from 1981.
In the past 2 months, more than I have ever in my life played any band before, even my own.
I believe it.
And I hope it does some good.
I know, absolutely. You need to leave some copies in here because other shows have been trying to play it, to be honest with you.
Actually, you know, Corey brought his copy of Death and Insanity and played the whole thing the other day.
Wow.
And I called Tommy in the band.
To say, this the whole hassle about trying to get a good band who wants to come and play for people here, and you can't get them in here. That's so Tuscaloosa for you. Which is sad to say. There's a lot of people here. Not a lot. It's not a majority. It's a cult. But there's a lot of people in Tuscaloosa who like original music, and will go out and see live music that's not a cover band, and not karaoke, and not a jam band, and go see something, and you can't even get you have to practically beg to play in a public lavatory. I don't know. That's the kind of thing we've been fighting in Tuscaloosa for so long, and it just doesn't seem to change.
I've been working out here for 2 years.
Drink a whole lot. Now, they drink, in fact, probably more than they really should, but I know what you mean, because they're not You know, they're not the types that are going to go in and order like a round of martinis.
Or, no, I would say
you
no
know.
martinis, probably a round of Jaeger bombs and drop $100 doing it.
Yeah, now they'll do that, but you know, it's not exactly, you know,
Yeah. Well, they're not
the
spending
the typical crowd for most nightclubs here in Tuscaloosa. That's for sure.
They're not spending daddy's money.
Exactly.
Exactly.
They don't have daddy's credit card to
They are
spend it
now.
on. Well, some of them have daddy's trust fund, but that's a whole other matter.
Okay. Well, yeah, but I would want to say, you know, Tuscaloosa has some really great artists inside of it, and it has been every band here that I've ever talked to hates the fact that Tuscaloosa is dead when it comes to original music because you can't get people in, and very few bands have been able to pull it off. Leader Dog does it well.
Yep.
We got a new band called Bogwise coming out. They were
Yep.
on my show last night. They're doing very well.
We had that great show that you helped us out on with them, with Bakwai, down at a
Yeah.
place we won't mention, but down on the Strip a few months back in March, and they are just great. And they are also going to be coming up with the big VUA benefit. And Bakwai is just wonderful, and if anytime you see them around, definitely go see them because they are a great Tuscaloosa band, you know.
I really wanted y'all to actually play together because, well, y'all have been around a lot longer. They're just starting out, and I figured they can use a little influence and some help
Yeah.
in the scene. But you know,
Well, it's funny because we're neighbors too. They live
right.
upstairs from me downtown. Or yeah, and they really are just a very entertaining band. And I'm literally looking forward to the VUA benefit on the 5th at the Jupiter. And with also several other really good bands. It's going to be a lot of fun, you know.
Which, excuse me for hogging the microphone.
No, go for it.
But it was one of the only shows that I haven't been involved with that's worked, you know, pretty well. You know, nobody said, "Oh, the show's changing, or the venue's changing, or the date's changing, or the bands are changing." You know, I can kind of, okay, yeah, we're playing August 5th at the Jupiter. You know, it's like,
well,
I know that
WVUA's
for a fact.
had a little, recently had a good track record of having some shows.
yeah.
Had a couple of good ones in the last.
And that's what's weird. I mean, I've been up here 13 years doing the metal zone, and
This is the first time you played.
no, this is like the fourth, maybe
Is
the,
it?
maybe the
Yeah.
fourth.
I remember we did one at 4th and 23rd,
No, we did one at the Ivory Tusk.
and we did one at the Tusk,
That was the first
and
one.
we did one down at the old train station. Remember that one? Oh my
I had
goodness!
just broken
boy,
up
I
with
just-
this
Yeah,
girl.
that Tusk benefit was actually the first time I played with you guys.
Was it?
Yeah, it was my first gig with DC Man was at the Tusk.
That was a good show too.
It was.
It's so funny that, but
First
again
one,
though,
yeah.
all right, again, that's Tuscaloosa for you. We go in there, slay everybody, and it's like the club in Mention, which is no longer there. They wouldn't book us, you know. They wouldn't book us. We had a huge crowd of folks that night for the benefit, and laid people out. Encores, people yelling, screaming. Next week, come in there, nope, we don't have anything for you. We'd rather put in cover stuff and little pretty boy
Tell them not to
bands.
blow up tall.
Oh, that was a different one. That was back at Burning Zoo.
Yeah, yeah.
We were in a band. Dave and I were in a band called Burning Zoo before DC Moon, and we are opening for the Storm Orphans, who are a really good local band. They used to be around here years ago, and they like to freak people out by hiring their own opening acts and as strange as they could get. So we used to do this song by Roxy Music called "In Every Dream Home a Heartache." If you know it.
No.
It's off the first album. Brian Ferry, really creepy song. It's got this long, slow dirge, and it's about a guy who falls in love with his blow-up sex doll. And he's like, I mean, he's broken-hearted over his blow-up sex doll. And his great climactic line is, "I blew up your body, and you blew my mind." And then it jumps into this wild Phil Manzarek guitar jam. Really, go find that song, it'll blow your mind. In Every Dream
No.
Home a Heartache. It's not on, we used to cover it. It was a cover tune, and it freaked out the
Roxy
little
Music.
Roxy Music. It's on no, it's on their second album. It's on For Your Pleasure. It's on the second Roxy Music album, and it just blew people's minds. It was nuts. I mean, it was just crazy, and everybody. But the bar owners, they were like, it just. I'm sorry, it was just too big for their little tiny minds that anybody would try to do something theatrical here in Tuscaloosa. You know, and I think it still does.
You have a lot of theatrics in your show, don't you?
A lot. We always do. It's a show, folks. It's supposed to be a show. It's, it's not just a bunch of guys standing around looking cute playing a guitar and singing. It's supposed to be a show. And that's all the people that I've admired in show business, from going all the way back to Screamin' Jay Hawkins and Alice Cooper and Kiss and BOC. It's a show. You want the Rolling Stones. It's an event. You want people to remember not only the great music and trying to do the music right, but you're also trying to entertain people, And if you just stand around but get a good light show, okay? That's all I gotta say. And you can do that. Pink Floyd's not exactly jumping around up on the stage, but man, they're gonna put you on a show too, And that's what I think. That's what I think is missing in live music today.
I remember first time you played at my bar, the one time you played at my bar.
Yeah. That was a good show, though.
Yeah, it was.
A lot of
really
fun.
was. It was a bad Wednesday night, rainy, but you're setting up. It's like, oh yeah, we're setting with pyrotechnics. I laughed. I thought you were kidding. I honestly thought you were kidding. About halfway through the show, poof.
Yeah.
Set the ashtray on fire. Next thing you know, there's smoke. I'm like, they really set up pyrotechnics.
Yeah, you betcha. Well, it's not like Great White or anything. You can get a little bit out of hand, but we've got a lot of experience with it, so it's not like we're gonna.
Didn't we blow
Don't
a
be
fuse
scared.
that night?
We did blow a fuse that night. About a half a song in,
Yeah.
we did blow a fuse.
The guy screaming for me. He's like, "Where's Joe at? Oh,
Yep.
there you are. Hey."
But I mean, that you want people to have a good time, and that's the things too. I mean, when you go see a lot of concerts, and I've seen a lot of concerts, and a lot of the people that are listening out there have seen concerts. It's the things you remember. It's like, oh, I remember this guy doing this or that, or they had this or kind of strange wildness on stage. That's the kind of thing you remember a lot longer than you'll remember even a great guitar solo.